Hi, I'm Craig Williams from the School of Pharmacy and Medical Sciences, and I want to tell you about a project that we'd like to do and receive crowdfunding for. It's about using the citizens or the general public to do mosquito surveillance. It's called Citizens on Patrol. I want to tell you about it. One of the biggest problems in disease surveillance is getting enough information about the disease or the problem, and that also applies to mosquito-borne disease surveillance. Come through. Come into our lab. Let the door shut behind you there. So, we can't use that. We've got mosquitoes in here. So, normally when we do mosquito surveillance, we set out mosquito traps, and we are limited by how many traps we can set out, by how much each trap costs, and by how much we have to pay people to go out and set them. Now, it's very effective, and we do this a lot, right? And we have fun doing it because we like mosquitoes. But we're really limited in how many traps we can set out and how big a scope our surveillance system can be. So what I want to do is tell you about an idea we've got to expand that surveillance network and at the same time provide education for people about mosquito-borne diseases. What we want to do is really do citizen science, and that is use the citizens as scientists to collect information. Now, over last summer, we experimented with a new kind of mosquito trap. It doesn't have any moving parts, no batteries, and no dry ice. We normally use dry ice to attract mosquitoes. This thing here, I know it looks like a dusty bucket, and it is, and that's because we're doing some tests in the field with it. This is a very cheap mosquito trap, and we use it to attract mosquitoes, and I'll show you how it works. Okay. So, we have a bucket, and it's pretty dirty. Okay, we put water in the bucket. Now, mosquitoes like water because they want to lay eggs in the water, okay? So we've got a bit of water in there. And you wouldn't set this in a laboratory, of course. You have it outside at someone's house, and this is what we're proposing to do. We put these in people's homes. Okay, now we've got this piece that sits on top, and again, it's just a bucket turned upside down. So we put that there. Now, so pretend you're a mosquito, you want to lay some eggs, and you're going along and oh, this is a dark spot, I'm going to fly into there. And what they do, they fly in looking for the water, and then they get stuck in here, and then they die in here, and they're trapped. So there's no moving parts, no batteries, and it's pretty cheap. We reckon we can put hundreds of these things in people's homes, and they can do the mosquito trapping for us. We don't have to go to everyone's house. Once they've got the trap, they just monitor this thing every week. So what would happen is they set it in their backyard, be on the back porch or somewhere out of the way, and the mosquitoes go in there, and after a week what they do is every week they go in and check out the mosquito trap, and they say, oh, there's a few mosquitoes there. Alright, they take this little thing off here, and it's really easy, you see, struggling with it. Okay, and there are no mosquitoes in there, but they would tip them out, and then what would happen? You'd have some mosquitoes that they've collected. So what we would then do is get them to photograph those mosquitoes. So they'd be like that. They get their smartphone, which I'm not holding at the moment. They would take a photo of the mosquitoes and send it to us. Then we would identify the mosquitoes here, but it would be much, much cheaper than our existing mosquito surveillance, and consequently be able to have a massive network of mosquito surveillance stations throughout South Australia, because we wouldn't have to travel to every place. So what this would do is give us great information about how mosquito numbers are going up and down in the community. It would also enable us to detect exotic mosquitoes that have flown in from other countries. And that's a real problem for Australia in terms of biosecurity and exotic disease risk. So that's a little bit about our project for using citizen scientists to do mosquito surveillance, or Citizens on Patrol. Thanks for listening.